Hello everybody, Happy New Year and welcome to another brand new episode of Draw with Rob. With me, Rob Bidoff, there I am, sitting at the very desk that I'm sat at right now, drawing pictures for you. That's me on the back of the Draw with Rob activity book. I know lots of you got that for Christmas, so you've been telling me about how much you've been enjoying it, so thank you for that. Now, I am a children's author and illustrator, so you might have seen some of my books, like this one, Kevin, which is all about a little boy called Sid, who every time he gets in trouble with his parents, he blames it on an imaginary friend called Kevin. And then one day, Kevin turns up. The actual real Kevin turns up. And Sid, he goes into Kevin's world. And suddenly, the roles are reversed and Sid is the imaginary friend in this imaginary world. So that's a really fun story, that one. I'd recommend it, mainly because I wrote it. You might have seen this one, or you might have seen one of the Dinosaur Junior's books. There's a series of books all about this gang of dinosaurs, little baby dinosaurs who get up to all sorts of adventures, big moments for little dinosaurs. And this one here is called Wide Awake, and it's all about Winnie here, who can't get to sleep. She's wide awake, so her twin brother Otto thinks of lots of different ways of getting her back to sleep. That's a very good one for bedtime. But listen, we are here to do a drawing together today, and I thought we would start 2021 by drawing one of my characters. I think this might be the most popular character that I have created. And if you look at my background here, you can see lots of drawings of sausage dogs. This background has been my background right since the very beginning of Draw with Rob, so you will have seen lots of these characters, sometimes you don't even notice that they're there, do you? But there are lots and lots of different sausage dogs, and look, they're all dressed up differently, doing different things. And they are all characters from my book, Odd Dog Out. Now the story of this book, it centres around this sausage dog here, the one with the rainbow scarf, and she is the odd dog out. And she lives in a place where everybody dresses and acts in exactly the same way. Look, everyone is the same. Look, off they all go to work in their cars. Even when they play football, they all play in exactly the same way. The soldiers are the same. Everybody's the same, but she is different. And do you know what? I think because it's New Year, because this is a special first episode of 2021, I'm gonna record myself reading this story to you, and I'm going to put it right at the end of this video. Okay, so if you go to the end of the video, you can actually hear me reading Odd Dog Out, so you get to see the whole story. But to cut a long story short, it's all about her going off to find a place where she does fit in with everybody else, and in the course of that she learns a very important lesson. So if you want to see the lessons she learns, just go towards the end of the video. I'll put the time code up here. If you go to this point in the video, that's when I start reading the story, and you get to hear Odd Dog Out all for yourself. Between now and then though, I thought I would show you how to draw the Odd Dog Out. Where's my piece of paper? There it is. Right, so listen, I know I've shown you how to draw a sausage dog before, haven't I? The second Draw with Rob video ever, I showed you how to draw a sausage dog dressed as a hot dog. But I haven't shown you how to draw the actual Odd Dog Out. So listen, grab yourself a piece of paper, grab yourself a pen or a pencil, something to draw with. You probably will need some colours later on, but if you haven't got any coloured pencils or anything, you can just use your pencil to shade. That's absolutely fine. And that's it, I think we're ready to go. This is how Draw with Rob works. I do a little bit of the drawing on my piece of paper here, just a little tiny bit of the drawing. Then you pause the video and you copy exactly what I do. Start me up again, I will draw a bit more, then you draw. Then I draw, then you draw, I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw. And at the end we are going to end up with a lovely drawing of the Odd Dog Out. Right, so let's start then, shall we? We're going to start over here towards the right hand side of our page. I want you to draw, about halfway up, I want you to draw a straight line, slightly diagonal, like that. About 5 centimetres long. So at an angle of about, what do we think that is? If that's 0 degrees, I'm guessing about 20 degrees. Something like that. So get your protractors out. No, I'm only joking. Roughly like that, okay? Then, at the end, at right angle, I'm talking lots of angles, aren't I? I was going to say at right angles to that, I want you to draw another straight line. Now, right angles just means you know what? I didn't count on giving you a maths lesson in this episode of Draw with Rob, so I'm not going to explain what right angles means now. Just do it like that. So a nice sharp corner, and in fact, our line goes a little bit over the edge, like that. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to come around and we're going to turn that line that we've just drawn, we're going to turn it into a sort of rectangle shape, like that. So basically we've done a line and a rectangle. Now coming out of that rectangle, I want you to draw another 2 lines running in parallel to that initial line that we did, but very short this time. And then we're going to join them up. We're not going to join them up straight across, we're going to curve around, then go across, and then curve back around there like that. And then on the end, I want you to draw, it's like a circle, but it's a circle made up of lots of little lines and lots of little zigzags, like that. The next thing to do is the bottom corner here of this rectangle that we drew, I want you to draw another straight line, like that. It's not going down dead vertically, it's slightly at an angle. And then at the bottom of that, we're going to curve around and we're going to head down the page in that direction. Not very far again. Then we're going to curl around and we're going to head straight up the page, like that. And we're going to disappear into that rectangle shape, just like that. The next thing to do is we're going to draw a line. If you imagine that line there goes straight through this sort of triangle shape that we've just drawn, and we're going to keep on going down the page like that, and we're going to stop, let's stop about level with that line, so about there. Then we're going to curl around in a nice smooth curve to about there. And then last thing, we're going to just join those 2 lines up together in a nice sharp corner, like that. Are you starting to see the odd dog out appear? The next thing to do, we're just going to colour this shape in. There we go, nice and neat bit of colouring there. Then just next to that shape, I want you to draw a nice big circle, like that. And around that circle, let's add some tiny little lines. How many should we do? Let's just do them like that. And then I want you to draw a little circle up towards the top left hand side of that bigger circle. So just like that. And look, it's an eye that's looking upwards, up towards the top of our page. So now that we know that that's an eye, we can probably tell that this is our dog's ear, and our dog is wearing a bobble hat, just like the Odd Dog Out does in our book, which is handy because that's exactly who we're drawing. Oh dear. Okay, let's give our Odd Dog Out a nose. So what we do, we go to this corner here and we're just going to draw a little curved line in the corner like that. And then that makes a new shape that we then colour in, like that. And can you see I've curled around and then I'm curling around again, there. And we're just going to keep that curl going, and we're going to add one of my little swirls that I like doing so much. And that is going to be the Odd Dog Out's nose. And we don't really draw her mouth because her mouth is sort of coming down there and is sort of closed. But what we do add is just 3 little dots like that for little whiskers. Okay? Now we need to draw the nice sausage dog body. But before we can draw the body, do you remember she has a scarf that wraps all the way around her body, a multicoloured scarf. So we're going to start, because the scarf's in front of the body, we're going to draw the scarf bit first. Well, we're sort of going to draw them a bit at the same time, but mainly we're going to draw the scarf first. So I'll show you what I mean. We're going to start by drawing a square with rounded corners right next to the ear, like that. Okay? And then we're just going to draw 2 lines coming up from that square to make a neck. And then coming out of the square here, we're going to draw a curve that heads down towards the bottom of our page. And we're going to do the same thing there again, trying to keep the distance between the 2 lines equal all the way. And then if we just close that end up with a straight line and add some little lines to the end like that, we've drawn the end of the Odd Dog Out's scarf. Okay, let's start building the Odd Dog Out's body. Now I want you to imagine that vertical line of the neck carries on down through the scarf and just carries on for about 1 centimetre or so. And then at the end of that, we are going to draw a diagonal line going up like that. It doesn't quite touch the ear. And then at the top of that diagonal, we're going to draw a little horizontal line. Again, about 1 centimetre long, something like that. Then we're going to turn around and we're going to follow that diagonal line that we just drawn back. This time we're going to go to about there, and then we're going to just join those 2 ends together. Not quite a straight line, a very slight curved line, like that. It's a bit fiddly, this one, because I made the scarf wrap all the way around her body. It makes it quite tricky. But you guys, I've seen how good you are at drawing. I know you are equal to the task. Okay, let's just add a little line joining those 2 bits up like that. So that's the first bit of scarf there, and this is the second wrap of the scarf around the body. Now before we continue along here to draw the rest of our sausage dog, we need to draw her front leg here. So we're going to just continue the line down a little tiny bit as we start to turn the corner to go into the long sausage dog body, but then we are going to draw a small curved line coming back out like that we then turn around and we head back up, and that is going to be our sausage dog's front right leg. I think this is the most fiddly bit of the whole drawing, this bit. There is a much easier way to do this, which I will tell you about when we finish. When we get to the end, I will tell you about the much easier way to do it. So if you have struggled with this bit, you found it a bit too fiddly, I'm going to show you an easier way to do it a bit later on. Okay? Right. Now, I think what we're going to do, we're going to go along just a little tiny bit, not even half a centimetre, and then we're going to draw another one of those diagonal curvy lines. So we're following the shape of that, and we're going to go up to there, and when we get level with the top here, we're going to curve around and we're going to go straight along again. And then we're going to head back down, and this time we're going to stop when we get level. If you imagine there's a horizontal line going along there, we're going to stop when we get level, and then we're going to go straight along and join it up like that. And then let's just put a horizontal line between those 2. So you can see we're starting to get this wrapping around effect. Now we've got to do the same thing quite a few times, about another 5 times I would say. We're going to draw horizontal line, horizontal line, diagonal line, curvy top, diagonal line, curvy bottom. Okay, let's do it again. Horizontal line, horizontal line, diagonal line, curvy top, diagonal line, curvy bottom. Okay, again, horizontal line, horizontal line, diagonal line, curvy top, diagonal line, curvy bottom. Guess what? We're going to do it again. Horizontal line, horizontal line, diagonal line, curvy top, diagonal line, curvy bottom. How many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we need one more. Okay. Horizontal line, horizontal line, diagonal line, curvy top, diagonal line, curvy bottom. Whew! It's a tough one, this one, isn't it? It's a tough one. Lots to do. Okay, we are at the end of our sausage dog's body. So what we do now is from here, from the top, imagine that line carries on through, but this time we're going to go out, we're going to go along, we're going to go all the way around in a nice semicircular shape, and we're going to stop about there because we need to give our dog back legs, or a front back leg. So from here we're going to come down, curve around, head back up like that, and then once we've done that we can do a horizontal line back in there, and look, as if by magic we've done a sausage dog's long body with a scarf wrapped all around it. Now, do you remember I said I was going to show you an easier way of doing it? An easier way of doing it is we do this initial bit here of the scarf, but then you could just draw the big long sausage dog's body with the legs, and then you could just do the lines inside, and then you wouldn't have the scarf kind of bulging out of the end, so it wouldn't be quite, you wouldn't get that wrapping effect quite as convincingly, but you would still get the scarves, if you see what I mean. So you just do the sausage dog's body with the lines on it, and that's a much easier way of doing it. So if you're struggling with this, you could try that. Okay, now we've got to add some rear legs. So we are going to draw a rear leg here. So what we do it just behind, we do a similar shape. This time it's going to be touching the ground there, so that leg is sort of raised in the air as if our sausage dog, the odd dog out, is walking along. And then this one, let's do this one back here, but we're going to do it sort of pointing in the other direction again to make it look like she's walking along. What does she need here? She needs a nice waggy tail, so we're just going to draw a line going up and another line going up and meeting at a point. We're just going to colour that in. There we go, waggy tail. Do you remember my little movement lines trick? If you just add a couple of little thin lines either side, makes it look like she's wagging her tail. And the last thing we have to do, this scarf is wrapped all around, but it needs another end, doesn't it? So we're just going to do another end of the scarf. We're just going to do a little squared off bit coming down there with a few little tassels sticking out of it, and that is going to be the other end of the odd dog out scarf. And the last thing we need to do is we need to give her another ear, and the other ear would be hanging down on the other side of her head. So we're just going to draw a sort of a suggestion of that ear there, like that, hanging down the other side of her head. And there we go. That is how you draw the odd dog out. Fun bit now, because we get to colour her in. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? You know exactly what I'm going to say. My odd dog out has a rainbow coloured scarf, doesn't she? So I'm going to do mine traditionally with the rainbow coloured scarf. But the whole point of this story is that any sausage dog should be able to look exactly the way that they want to look. Blaze a trail, be who you are. That is the message of the story. So I would love to see you guys colour in the scarf with any patterns that you like, any colours you like. The sausage dog can be any colour you like, the hat can be any colour you like. The more colourful and crazy the better, that's what I say. The more patterns the better. So do anything you like, blaze your own trail. Now, I'm going to go into super speed mode to do my colouring, so I will see you back here in 30 seconds. Okay, you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! And there we go. There is my finished odd dog out in her lovely rainbow scarf. Let's sign the drawing. I'll just do it down here. Oh, I've gone for my full name. Don't often do that, do I? There we go. Sort my little swirly bit out. And there is my drawing of an odd dog out. So I can't wait to see your drawings. What you need to do, you need to get your grown-up to take a picture of your drawings, and then if they post them on social media using the hashtag #DrawWithRob, that way I will get to see it. And I cannot wait to see your drawings. I cannot wait to see what colour scarf you have given your odd dog out and what colour your odd dog out is. It's going to be so cool. I hope you've all blazed your own trails and done your own thing. It's going to be fantastic to see this huge selection of sausage dogs. Now, do you remember I said there was going to be a special treat for you at the end of this episode? I was going to read to you Odd Dog Out, my story, Odd Dog Out. Well, that's exactly what I am going to do. So listen, thank you so much for joining in with me. Happy New Year to all of you. Let's hope that 2021 is a brilliant year for everybody. Enjoy the story, and I'm going to see you again soon for another episode of Draw with Rob. Bye everyone.
For busy dogs, a busy day, of busy work and busy play. Swimmer, sailor, soldier, scout. They all blend in, no dog stands out. But wait, look closer. Can you see one dog behaving differently? Someone on this busy street is dancing to a different beat. When they fly high, this dog flies low. When they say kick, this dog says throw. Oh, it's very sad, cue violin, but this small dog does not fit in. It's true, she sniffs, I've tried my best, but I'm not made like all the rest. And that's why I've made up my mind to leave this town, my home, behind. On her own and out of place, she sighs a sigh and packs her case. Through winter, springtime, summer, fall. From ocean deep to mountain tall, she walks till she can walk no more. Is this the place she's looking for? Well, bless my bow wow! Can it be 100 others just like me? I play guitar, I ride a bike, I fit right in, we're all alike. But wait, look closer. Can you see one dog behaving differently? Somebody this afternoon is whistling a different tune. Here's something she knows all about. A classic case of odd dog out. Oh, poor thing, she says. I feel for you. I once was an outsider too. Oh, not at all. You've got it wrong. I really feel like I belong. I love to stand out from the crowd. And so should you. Stand tall. Be proud. Her tummy flips, her belly flops as finally the penny drops. That dog is right. It's plain to see there's nothing wrong with being me. Her little tail begins to wag. She smiles a smile and grabs her bag. I'm sorry, but I have to fly. Good luck, my friend. They wave goodbye. From night and moon to light and sun, her journey home has just begun. For busy dogs, a busy day. But look who's back! Hip hip hooray! They cheer, they clap, they whoop, they shout. We've really missed our odd dog out. You've made us all appreciate that being different, that's really great. It's true. Look closer. Can you see more dogs behaving differently? Each one a doggy superstar. So blaze a trail. Be who you are.